morning, students. How are you all? I hope as you are staying home, but you are staying study also at home, right? As study is very important to our education and for our understanding. Now, let's today start our geography fourth lesson, the structure of ocean floor. Structure means it is given the how is the ocean, detail about the ocean, and what is in that, how the oceans are formed, what is the deep inside structure is called. About all these details we are going to learn in this lesson. See the page number 24. Can you tell? Can you see the there is one figure is given, that is the figure 4.1, various landform. How the landform there is a occur at the sea level. Okay. In about that we are going to study in this lesson. Can you tell? Continents and oceans are a part of lithosphere and hydrosphere respectively. All of you know the lithosphere, hydrosphere. There is the earth levels are there, right? Earth layer, and in that the lithosphere and hydrosphere are the in that includes the continent and oceans. Con Continents and oceans lie on plates. During low tides and the level of ocean water goes down and the land below the water near the coast is exposed. Shipwreck when they strike against the rocks in the ocean. See that we know that in the level in the ocean there is a big rock also, big rocks are there, right? So whenever the ships are that bridge to the that rock, then what happens? That ship can be damaged. If the above points are correct, then select the most appropriate option from the following. The surface of the earth is occupied by land and water. There is a land below the ocean too. Even if the water has the same level, the land submerged is not even. The level of water and land is uneven. See, we all of you know that the surface of the earth, that is the land, is occupied. The surface of the earth is occupied by the land and water. Okay, but most of the our surface of the land is occupied by the water also. That means inside the sea there is also land is there. Okay, it is not necessary only that water where there is a sea, oceans, only water is there. No, there is a sub. That means it submerges the part of the land also in the oceanic water. Geographical explanation. We know that the proportion of water and land is uneven on the earth. Around 71% of the surface is covered by water, but there is a land even below this water. But like water, it is not at the same level. So what is given that around? It is not approx given. It is not perfect given. It is given the around, that is approximately 71% of water is occupied on the surface of the earth. But it is not necessary only there is a water. The inside that water, at the ground level of the water, there is a land parts is also there. We classify the various landforms on the earth on the basis of altitude. A similar classification can be done for landforms submerged under the water. So according to that, there is some classification is there. That means the which part what called. Okay. Try to name the landform shown in figure. See from this figure, can you tell what this? Like there is a sea level is given, and below that sea level, the some parts we can see. We cannot see by easily, but there is by the examining, there is by scientists which observe that some parts and they given this names. That land given the names. Like see, it is the mountain right at the 3000 meter. Okay, 3000 meter there is a mountain. Then next part is the plateau, which is how you can say there is a like the plain. Here is the coast. Then continental shelf. Then submarine. This island which is at the sea, we can see at the level of the sea level. Little bit it will speak out of the sea level. Then here marine drill. See all these things are given where it is at the below the sea level. Okay. There is the marine deep. There is the, you can see, submarine, continental shelf, coast we already know. Like this, now we have to study about this. What parameters were used for classifying the landforms on the earth? See, to classify this land of the earth, what parameters are used? For this, they are using the altitude and shape of the land. As the, what is the shelf, how it is the peak up or it is the down, like the trenches are there. Like this study of this, the shape of the land and altitudes are parameters used. Okay. Then what parameters were used for naming the landforms below water? See, about now below the land water, below the water, which parameters are used? That means, for if we want to study below the water level, we have to study of the depth. Okay, depth of the sea level. How much depth is there? In what which surface? At what depth? Which land is there? How it is? That all the study we have to do. Okay, then depth of the sea level and shape of the land. These parameters are used for the study of the naming the landforms below water. Then geographical explanation. The relief of ocean floor. Our next topic is the relief of ocean floor. That means how the ocean floor is naming is given, that we are studying. Land submerged below oceanic water is called ocean floor. See, that means the land which is under the sea level, okay, or the water, that is called the ocean floor. The land which is at the sea level, below the sea, that is called the ocean. The relief of ocean floor is decided upon by the depth from the sea floor and the shape of the land depth. See, already we explained that if you want to study of the landforms, naming the lands, then we have to study of the depth of the at the sea level. The average depth of the ocean is around 3,700 meters. What is the average depth of the sea? That is the 3,700 meter. It is very that is vast meters. The ocean bed is also uneven like the land or continent. The ocean floor relief consists of all submerged land forms. The structure of the ocean floor differs from ocean to ocean. So it is not necessary that what is the under the oceanic water, the land which is under the oceanic water, it is the same or plain. There is also different structure. It is maybe sometimes, see here only we can see there is a, sometimes it is the plain, sometimes it is a go down, again it is coming up. Like all these things, it is under the ocean water. The structure of ocean floor differs from ocean to ocean. That means it is not necessary that if the any one ocean have this structure, okay, like this structure, then other ocean also have this same structure. No, the other ocean have maybe different structure. That means the structure of the ocean is different from ocean to ocean. As we go away from coast, the structure of ocean floor changes. Study the explanation below the figure 4.2 together. See, now we are going to study about this. That is the ocean relief. Okay. About this now we have to study. The continental shelf. First one is the continental shelf. Can you see? There is a, this is called the continental shelf. The land near the coast and submerged under the sea is called the continental shelf. That means this land. Okay. Here we can see there is a coast and this land is near the coast and submerged under the water. That is called the continental shelf, which is near the coast and below the submerged to the water. Okay, this is the shallowest part of the ocean bed. It is also called submerged coastland. Its slope is gentle. See, it is near to to the coast, right? So it is not that much deep. It is shallow waves. And next thing is that its slope is not gentle. That means the slope is also it is not very deep in slope. Okay, as because of the it is near to the coastline. The extent of the continental shelf is not uniform everywhere. It is narrow along the coast of some continents while it is broad for hundreds of kilometers at others. Its depth is up to 200 meters below the sea level. See, there is the continental shelf is also deeper by the ocean to ocean. As the some continental shelf is narrow, thus and in other oceans, the continental shelf is very broad and its depth is up to the 200 meters. Its depth is up to the 200 meters. The continental shelf is very important from point of view of humans. Extensive fishing grounds are found in the continental shelf, and this part is shallow. The sunlight reaches its bed. Algae, plankton, etc. grow here. This is the food for fish. Natural gas, mineral oil, various minerals can be obtained by mining the continental shelf. See, as it is very near to the coast surface and it is not a shallow, okay, that it is not that much shallow. So the sunlight are reaches at this level, okay, or the bed of this coastal shelf, and fishing is we can do the fishing there. There is some plants are also growing as there is algae plankton. These plants are grow at that level, which is the food for the fish. That means this is plants are the foods for the fish, and we can do from this part fishing also. Again, next thing the that we can got the natural gas, mineral oil by and various minerals can be obtained by the continental shelf. That means from this parts only we can got the natural gas, mineral oil. Okay, as the example is given, Mumbai High, located on the continental shelf of the Arabian Sea. It is source from where we obtain mineral oil and natural gas. See the Mumbai. Now that we know that Mumbai is also located at the coastal shelf, right? And from there we can in huge amount we can obtain the mineral oil and natural gas. Then next is about the continental slope. Which are the continental slope? See, this part is your continental slope, which is down. It is next to the continental shelf and it is going little bit down, or it is the sloping. Then, after the extent of continental shelf is over, the slope of seabed becomes steeper. This is called continental slope. The depth of the slope is from 200 meter to 3600 meter. See, as when this continental shelf part or land is over, after that what start? That is the continental slope. And what is the depth of this? It is the 200 meter to 3600 meter. It is in depth, okay, from the sea level. In some places it is more. The continental slope is narrow. The lower boundary of continental slope is considered to be the boundary of continents. That continental slope is narrow, okay, but the depth whatever we are giving here to 200 meter to 3600 meter, it may be more deep also. It is depend on the ocean, okay, and the continental slope is narrow. This slope is narrow, and the lower boundary of continental slope is considered to be the boundary of this continent. Then abyssal plains. See, can you see there is a plains are there? This is called the abyssal plains. What is that abyssal plains? Plains beyond the continental slope lies abyssal plains, which are flat part of the sea bed. The abyssal plains consist of various submerged landforms like hills, plateau, etc. See, can you see there is after the continental slope, there is a part is we can see it is the abyssal plain, and these abyssal plains are the plain. Okay, there is a flat part of the seabed and it consists of various submerged plateau and hills also. Can you see it is the flat plain. Okay, the abyssal plains is a flat plain. Then next is the mountain ranges and plateau. Next topic is given that mountain ranges. The hills and mountains found on the ocean bed are called submerged hill and mountain. That means at the ocean bed. Okay, at the ocean. Which parts, that is the hills and mountains, we can found, that is called the submerged hills and mountains, which is under the oceanic sea level. That part is called the submerged hills and mountains. These hills are hundreds of kilometers wide and thousands of kilometers long. See, this is only that much vast in size. That means our ocean is how much vast, right? It is expanded very vast in area. Peaks of some of submerged hills come above the sea level. They are visible to us as marine island. The island in the Atlantic Ocean, Andaman and Nicobar Island in the Bay of Bengal are examples. That means what given, that is some peak of this mountain is coming out the sea level and that part is called as the island. Okay, have you saw any island? There is a one island and near to that there is the water. That means the mountain of that peak is coming out to the sea level and it is formed, or we can call it as the island. What examples are given for the island? That is the island in the Atlantic Ocean is the Andaman and Nicobar. In the Atlantic Ocean, we can see the Andaman Nicobar Island is there, which is the in the Bay of Bengal. The summits of some marine islands are flat and extensive. They are called oceanic or submarine plateau. For instance, uh, Chacos and plateau in the Indian Ocean. Then next is the marine deep and marine trenches. See, can you see here? We see there is a marine reef, right? Marine reef, that means here marine reef and marine trenches. About this we have to study. What is the marine reef? What is the difference in between the marine reef and marine trenches? On the ocean bed, there are some landforms which are deep, narrow and steep. They are called marine dips or trenches. That means that some landforms are deep, narrow, there is a deep or maybe that much. Okay, the narrow and in that shape, that is called the marine dip or trenches. But exactly what that? Generally, the shallower ones are called marine dip with, while deeper ones and extending for longer distance are called trenches. That means if there is a shallow dip, okay, here we can see there is a shallow dip, so it is called the marine dip. But here this deeper, okay, this dip is more deeper and it is extended for the large area also. Then it is called the trenches. The trenches are thousands of meters deep from the sea level. See how much is the deeper? It is at thousand of meters. Okay, and the marine trenches in the Pacific Ocean is the deepest trench in the world. Its depth is around 11,034 meters. The mid-oceanic submerged hills and marine trenches are geologically the most active areas of the ocean bed in the world. There are many active volcanoes here. See, there is the ocean in the Pacific. In the Pacific Ocean, it is the deepest trenches. Okay, which is the where is the deepest trenches found? It is in the Pacific Ocean, and the depth is around. What is his depth? That is 11,034 meter. The Pacific, in the Pacific Ocean, there is the deepest trenches is found, and that depth is 11,034 meter. The mid-oceanic submerged hills and marine trenches are geological the most active areas. See, and in these areas, the many active volcanoes also there, always there earthquake also occurring. The earthquakes and volcanic eruption occurring in the ocean bed give rise to tsunami in the nearby coastal areas. Because of this active volcanoes and earthquake, there is a tsunami occurs again and again. Okay, I hope you understood about this. What is the marine trenches, marine deep, continental shelf, continental slope, right? Then about the marine depositions, we are going to study in our next class. So till the study about this and read this.